Hi there, wherever you are in the world. Gary Turner here, founder of Hexo Change. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Just coming on briefly. It's Monday, the 20th of December as I go live. And it's really to share a narrated blog that I wrote this morning following viewing, watching, being part of the West Papuan Solidarity Gallery event that took place this morning. It was beautiful, harrowing, upsetting, hopeful, liberating, just all of these things all at the same time. And it's I'm going to share my blog as I always do as part of the Hexo Change media themes. I like to make sure that they're more accessible wherever possible. So I will share my blog now, and I'm hoping that you get some value from it. And I also invite you to be curious, to challenge your thinking, to go down a few intuitive rabbit holes, should that be what your experience is asking you to do. Just really get curious around what I'm about to share. There is no desire to be right at all. It's just my learnings, my takeaway, my felt realization from taking part of this incredible West Papuan Solidarity Gallery event that took place this morning. So I'll get on with it straight away. So this blog today is called Escaping the Matrix, Are We Ready? And it's a nod to the West Papua Self-Determination Movement and Gallery. So this morning I attended the West Papua Solidarity Gallery launch hosted by the Merdeka Secretariat and the International Indigenous Peoples Movement for Self-Determination and Liberation and Possible Futures. One of my major realizations and clarifications this morning after watching the very moving gathering, which took in art in various forms, such as dance, music, singing, and in artwork itself, led by the Papuan people, including Sayang, who is one of the most incredible role models of leadership, vulnerability, care, and vision that I've ever witnessed. And that major realization is as follows. Oppressing activist voices, which for me means whether they're oppressed voices, such as in states such as West Papua, silenced employees at your company, or maybe even your partner, plus silent, privileged, stroke, comfortable voices. What I mean by that is those that can see what is happening with the climate emergency, social inequities, etc., but can afford to turn the other way back into their comfortable lives, despite impending collective suicide. And I can sit here if I like. I have done for a very long time. But also I've sat in the oppressed voice space and concurrently at the same time as being in the silent, privileged, comfortable voice. And again, this comes back to something I talk about a lot around the paradox of our human experience. So I just want to frame that reminder. So this equals the matrix and modernity, having a field day at our collective expense, the existential threat to all life, human and non-human. So I just want to put that reminder in again. So a reminder as to my summation, the big realization for me today after I viewed this gallery was that oppressing activist voices plus silent, privileged, stroke, comfortable voices equals the matrix and modernity. Now, the irony of all of this is that those that are being most oppressed and those that are staying silent actually, I believe, want the same things. Dignity, self-determination, liberty, the ability to dream, justice. These are all themes that repeatedly came up this morning as part of the West Papua Solidarity Gallery launch today. I was reminded that we are all equally human. We are all made of the same stuff. This is where I am 100% in agreement. We do all come from love and we are all connected. I'm so crystal clear on all of that. Isn't the above what every culture, diversity, equity, inclusion, and engagement approach is ultimately all about in the workplace in the West? Like, really, I'm sure that is what we're ultimately trying to get towards. And we all share those desires no matter where we are in the world. But this is for me, and this is taking me a long time to work through, and I've been pointing and prodding at this for some time. This is where the spiritual bypassing shows up. So if you can see and sense personally what has been written so far above, then why are we not centering those most oppressed and most impacted by our Western business models and Western ways in all that we do and are? If we are all equally human, all made of all the same stuff, and we all come from love, why do the Papuans have the struggle that they have? Question mark. Power. That's the only answer I can think of. Yet I want to hold space for Siang and all of the Papuan people, again, for just a moment. We are spending billions and billions on leadership development and training programs in the West. Well, actually, over $26 billion per year, according to this website, which you can click through if you go to hexochangenow.com, to try and build leaders that will represent, if we are lucky, in my opinion, 1/20th of what Siang modeled today. Absolutely incredible leadership, care, as I said before, vulnerable, caring, resourceful, resilient, just an amazing, amazing human being. They, the Papuans, are us and we are them. Yet they are being murdered, moved off their land and separated from their families, whilst we in the West get the next upgrade of a mobile phone, a new car, or move home. This is really a key reflection for me. What is worse, when we realize this, is that my and your pension funds are helping this happen. That is the matrix at play. You can find out more about some of the dots that I've joined recently by checking out the below video. You can find this on my YouTube channel. You can also find it in the link below if you go to hexochangenow.com and look for this particular blog. I'm really excited this Thursday, the 23rd of December, because my good friend and thought partner, Cornell Thomas, he'll be joining me as we go live to explore this very topic. Funny enough, this was not a planned causation of events, but we already called it this weekend Unplugging from the Matrix. That's what we're going to be exploring at 6:30 UK time, 1:30 CET, and 10:30? Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, 1:30, 10:30, sorry, Pacific time, should you be open to join us. And as I say, we spoke a long time ago, and he said, Cornell made the comment that and it made me smile, that The Matrix is actually a documentary. And he and I going live this Thursday is our fun way. We're trying to be playful of offering an alternative Christmas message to that which the Queen will offer. So my assertion is that we have to think and act systemically going forward. We just have to. All of us, no matter what our role or function in society, have to learn how to do this, to join the dots in every area of our lives and to embody, not just think about, that systemic awareness. Some people have more power and influence for sure. Yet if we all embody this systemic awareness and take an active desire to unmute ourselves in the West, I see potential, huge potential for us all. And I mean the plural all. That includes the Papuans, that includes you and I, that includes every single human being and non-human life on this planet. And also, to be honest, I see no other way if we're to survive as a species. To look at HR, leadership, business development and growth, and even mergers and acquisitions as separate topics whilst, inverted commas, growing business in the West, while not concurrently, at the same time, considering systemic oppression, domination, and even genocide in other parts of the world, just cannot be how we do business as usual going forward. Honestly, it can't. This goes way, and I emphasize the point, way beyond corporate social responsibility and ESG. This is about our survival as an interdependent and interconnected life force. All of our survival. What is the result if we, you, me, and all of us stay plugged into the matrix and continue with that vacuum of silence? Solidarity, connection, listening, and bravery, they are the energies for me for 2022 and beyond. And I'd love to ask you, on watching this, on listening to this back, watching this live, what are the energies for you in 2022? How are you going to step into your full power, that systemic connected power where you embrace every part of you and every part of everything else and everybody else? A final invitation to check out the West Papua Solidarity Gallery. Let's take the powerful and wonderful opportunity to learn through art and storytelling the realities on the ground of the Papuan people, who are just one group of way too many First Nation and Indigenous peoples having to fight just to live their life. And a reminder, it's not just their lives they're fighting to save, it's ours as well. This is the crazy thing. So with love and energy to you and yours, and please do check out the Possible Futures work as well. And to be honest, I think it would be remiss of me not to just go back one more time and offer that summary. I hope it's a helpful summary. If you're joining me live, if you're watching this back later on, oppressing activist voices plus silent, privileged, or comfortable voices equals maintaining the status quo, the matrix, and modernity. So I'm really curious what comes up for you. Anything interesting we'd like to challenge, build, add to that? I think what it's just absolutely clarifying for me is the critical importance of us just holding dialogue, coming together to better understand the realities of our time. I'm doing that with friends, family. Want to do it more in the workplace. I want to do it more with you. So I'm looking to hold these, what I'm calling dream spaces. And after this morning's gallery, after the multiple conversations I'm happening all over the world within my industry, across different sectors, different people in different completely different walks of life, we do all want the same thing. We do all come from love. We do all come from connection, but we cannot bypass the systemic oppression and genocide and challenge that is happening in far too many parts of the world to sustain our way of life in the West is the predominant paradigm. This is not about anybody. It's about all of us. And what are we and us going to do to come up, speak up, dialogue, come together and reimagine a future? To use my friend Sam Shahana, Anna, Nolita, and also Chris, the 5 crew of Possible Futures. They're doing amazing work. Do check out their website, possiblefutures.earth. This is about solidarity. It's not about being right. It's not about getting one up on anybody. What is going to sustain life for me, for you, for everything and everybody? The current status quo just will not. See you soon. Hope you find some value. Do check out, if you're interested in more content, hexochange.now.com. And yeah, it was moving. And I really invite you to check out the Solidarity Gallery. Again, you can find it at papua-madurka.org/solidarity gallery. Take care. Thanks so much.